This is FinCast, the podcast from J2 Innovations, the creators of Fin Framework, an innovative software framework for smart buildings, smart equipment, and IoT.
Hello and welcome to the FinCast. I'm Steve Randall. Previously, we spoke about the latest updates to the Fin Framework software with the release of Fin 5.1. This time, we're taking a deeper dive into J2's Edge2Cloud technology.
My name is Gareth Johnson. I'm the Senior Cloud Architect for J2.
I'm Matteo Pierone and I'm the Head of Strategy and the EMEA Professional Services Director in J2 Innovation.
I'm Fabian Tocci. I'm on the R&D team of Coaster, and I'm the product owner of Web Garage, our solution based on Fin Framework.
Welcome to you all. Now, Gareth, perhaps we should start by explaining exactly what we mean by the edge.
Sure. So in the wonderful world of building management systems, the edge can be many things. In terms of when we talk about edge, really, we're talking about devices and software that's running on-premise, on-site. If you've got a building, you've got building controllers, you might have some supervisory software installed on a PC as well. So when we talk about edge in this context, we're talking about supervisory software installed on PC on-premise, and we're also talking about building controller devices, which are embedded platforms that are running in the building as well. So if we kind of, again, go back to Google and Alexa, the Google and Alexa devices themselves are edge devices, whereby, you know, the Google website and Amazon's websites as well, that's the cloud.
Perfect. Thank you. Now, Edge2Cloud, can you give us an overview, please?
So Edge2Cloud is J2 Innovations' cloud platform. And with it, you can securely access the Fin framework from anywhere in the world. Its core features include portfolio management. It's a central place to manage all your buildings and all your projects and all your data. It's a central place to manage your users as well. And it's the top end of the Fin framework. We have enterprise and edge software, and cloud fits into that upper end of the architecture. With it, you know, customers can access their sites remotely and access all their data in one place securely.
Great. And I mean, you're the ideal person to talk about this because it was your brainchild, wasn't it? What was the inspiration behind it, and why is technology like this so badly needed in the industry?
Yeah. So there's a few things I'm inspired by with Edge2Cloud that I've really tried to factor in. And in fact, it's not just in its current form, it also guides kind of what we do in future as well. When we talk about Edge2Cloud, the first things I'm really inspired by are the IoT devices that we have in our homes, particularly like your Amazon Alexas and Google Homes. I better speak quietly just in case they pick up. I'm in a room with them. But they're really easy to set up and use. And to a lot of us, they're kind of the first pieces of IoT that the masses have really used. And they've been incredibly successful, and they're easy to set up. Like in my home, I've got these security cameras, that Blink security cameras as well, another piece of IoT. And you kind of take it for granted that you can securely access them from anywhere in the world via an app on your phone. To use and set up these systems, you don't have to be a cybersecurity expert. You can just go and use them, and you have a trust with the service provider that everything you're using is secure and you can connect to it any time, and it just works. That was the first inspiration there, is to provide an easy and secure way for people to access their data, because the need for remote access to data is ever growing, but also is the threat of, from hackers and, issues with cybersecurity as well. So it's really important that we have a secure way to do that that's not overly technical, because in the world of like building management systems, normally it's lagging a bit technology-wise. They're very complex systems to set up. So to have a secure and easy and friendly way to kind of manage all of that data is really what I wanted to try and achieve with Edge2Cloud. When you're accessing the Fin framework through Edge2Cloud, you're using your cloud identity. You're already logged onto the cloud, and you don't have to log in again. And perhaps you want to access an instance of Fin or some other data from another organization's building. And having a framework like that, an ecosystem whereby organizations can work together, users can work together and securely be able to access the system with all modern security technologies like used without having to kind of have a degree in IT to set all of this up, is really what we set out to do with Edge2Cloud. I think the thing it kind of tries to break down is data silos, because Edge2Cloud is actually quite unique in the marketplace at the moment. There's really not another cloud platform like it, or a product suite, I would say, like it in the marketplace with full Edge2Cloud connectivity. But when you can securely access all of your data from anywhere in the world, then really you're breaking down these silos, these data silos. They become more accessible. And that's what Fin gives you, is a way to access all of this data in a seamless, easy and secure way.
Now, as with any software, there's evolution, and Edge2Cloud was launched last year. So in that time, there will have been feedback. There'll be things you'll think, yeah, actually, we can improve that. What have you been working on?
Wow, there's been a lot of enhancements. There's a lot of new features. The guide is in the name. When we talk about new features with Edge2Cloud, we're talking about how can we enhance the edge using cloud technology. And so that's kind of the guiding thing we use for the whole of the product roadmap that we have. We're not trying to recreate everything, every single service that people might use for building automation data in the cloud. We are focusing on how we can enhance the edge. So there's kind of a natural roadmap to that. But along the way, we've got lots of great feedback that we've incorporated in. I think one of the coolest things that Matteo and Fabio will talk about as well is just on the branding side. It's incredibly easy to brand and customize. Being able to kind of totally customize the product through cloud dashboards or custom cloud dashboards is a really powerful feature. Other features we've been rolling out is to do with licensing as well. So OEMs can manage all their licenses all through Edge2Cloud. Matteo will probably help me here. There's been quite a few other features, but they've just completely gone out of my head.
Yeah, we have some cool dashboarding features directly inside Edge2Cloud, and possibility to see all of your sites in a very easy way on the map, with also the pin that change color based on what's happening really in that site. So this is another great feature that you built, Garrett.
Yeah, thank you for reminding me. there was one other feature as well, which I'm really pleased about, and that's called access tokens. The first part of Edge2Cloud was creating, the best remote access for human beings that you possibly can. And what access tokens give you is remote access for apps, essentially. So if you're an app developer, access tokens provide you with a secure way to kind of pull that data and use it. That's really exciting for me personally, being a software developer, because this is a feature for software developers, and this is a great way people can really build around the product. The whole point of the Fin framework is that you, as a third-party software developer, you're able to take the product and build on top of it. And our customers can do that through the Glue team that we have in J2, or they can do it themselves. With Edge2Cloud access tokens, that gives developers a way to kind of pull data and talk to the Fin framework securely through an easy-to-use cloud service. So that's really important for us, because when we have a conversation with our customers, we want to be able to enable them to move fast. They're always going to have their own cloud solution. They're always going to want to provide extra added value, because we're a framework provider. We don't provide like the whole finished end solution. Our customers add that value on top of the Fin framework, and we've got some really great examples of that, and Costa is certainly a massive part of that.
Absolutely. Well, Gareth, we'll come back to you in just a moment. As you've mentioned Costa, let's bring in Fabio. And Fabio, you've been using J2's Fin framework in Costa's Web Garage. I mean, how has the addition of Edge2Cloud technology impacted your product?
One was the ability for us to give a remote support to our client in a really easy way. With Edge2Cloud, we don't need anymore any public IP or DNS or particular infrastructure network. And moreover, all this without compromising any security of the client's networks. The second thing was thanks to Edge2Cloud, we were able to provide a distributed solution even to the clients that don't have or don't want to have any IT infrastructure or IT group or team on their own. I mean, the simplicity to configure and connect a device, an instance of our web garage on the cloud, really impressive. You just need one step, actually just remembering your password of your account, and everything you will end up finding everything set up as you wish. Also, when you actually log in inside the cloud, you can find a clear view of all your site on a map, and also a list of all the key information to easy search and identify the site that you are looking for. Another really great feature, maybe a little bit more useful for insiders, are the permission control. So the possibility to profile all the user.
And let's bring Matteo back in. How does this technology, Edge2Cloud, how does this make life easier for customers and end users like Fabio and his team?
This, I think, is really the key question, Steve, to be honest. So we really removed the complexity of the connectivity with Edge2Cloud. Our customer and our end user don't need to invest time in complex conversation with IT departments to bring the system online in a secure way. So we guarantee full encryption of all the data that is going through the cloud, but still giving the possibility to use your system from anywhere in the world with your laptop, smartphone, or just a tablet with a common browser without installing custom application or setting up VPN. So I think this is one of the key points for us and for our customers.
And how is Edge2Cloud technology part of the wider J2 strategy of simplifying smart buildings, smart equipment, and IoT?
Edge2Cloud is really a key element in our J2 strategy. Connectivity and remote services really enhance and complement our Fin Framework Edge technology, because give us the possibility to add infinite integration, remote operation, and extensibility to the system. We can commission a building, configure and optimize a smart equipment, or connect different systems from anywhere in the world in a secure way with just a simple internet connection. So Edge2Cloud is really something that differentiates us and our offering to the market. And it's something that we are really proud of, and we will further evolve for sure with amazing feature like the one that Gareth just explained before. But stay tuned, because there will be even more.
Good tease. Thank you. And Gareth, I mean, obviously collaboration and integration is very much a thing, and you're very involved in Project Haystack. Maybe you could explain a little bit about what that is and what kind of impact does Edge2Cloud have on the project?
Yeah, Project Haystack, it's an open source initiative for streamlining data from the Internet of Things. I mean, I spoke before about silos of data. Project Haystack, what it sets out to do is unlock the value from that vast quantity of data being generated by smart devices in buildings, factories, and cities, and so forth. It's an open standard. Multiple companies can contribute from many different industries. And really, it's about these companies being able to have a standard way of tagging their data so we can understand it better and derive more information from it. I mean, that's really how we can help achieve energy efficiency and ultimately affect climate change, is when we're able to take this data and work with it intelligently. Edge2Cloud uses Haystack heavily in terms of the tagging model, in terms of the authorization and security. So really, it's kind of an enabler for being able to work with Haystack data through a really nice cloud platform as well. So I mentioned access tokens before, where app developers can access data. You can access Haystack data. The APIs, the data model, everything that you have available through Haystack, you can access through Edge2Cloud. So it really does greatly influence that, because it just makes accessing that data far more secure and easier for people.
That's a big thing, isn't it, with anything, whether we're talking about open banking or we're talking about these sort of systems, is it's about having that openness and things being able to work together, but also being secure. And I mean, everybody, has spoken about cybersecurity. That is something that is just mentioned all the time now. Talk to me about how Edge2Cloud is unique in that sense? How cyber secure is it?
Oh, it's all completely focused on cybersecurity. And first of all, let me point out that, I started working on Edge2Cloud remote access before the pandemic. So it was really bizarre that I started working on like a secure way to do remote access to buildings. And then the pandemic came along. And so we've got this technology that enables us to securely access sites when we're all stuck at home. So
that's amazing vision you had there, Gareth.
yes. That was pretty interesting realization when COVID came along, that we've got technology to do that. But anyway, as far as security is concerned, it uses all the best practices that you have security-wise from NIST and other standards as well. And it uses a lot of the lessons learned from a lot of the cyber attacks that we see online. I mean, security-wise, we've got end-to-end encryption. We also have a way of handling user authorization, fine-grained user authorization. So it's not just like I'm giving access to a whole building's worth of data. Either you have or you haven't. That's not the case at all. What you can do with it is that you can actually allow that user just to have access to, a particular point or a particular set of devices or a particular floor or so forth. So it's a very fine-grained level of authorization that you can have to the data, and it's quite easy to set up. And that's something we're particularly proud of as well.
Excellent. And Matteo, obviously you've been working with a lot of customers. We've heard feedback from Fabio. What else have you been hearing from people?
Yes, we had the possibility to roll out Edge2Cloud, to many customers worldwide. And the first feedback that I always receive is about the simplicity of setting up the system, because this was really the main pain point and one of the difficult part in all the other systems. So I always get it's intuitive. It's like setting up one of our smart thermostats that we are used to have in our house now. So for now, we really received only positive feedbacks, and further of that, our customers are really happy to suggest us, new features, because they are so excited about Edge2Cloud.
Gareth, what's next? I imagine there's lots of things happening. Are you able to give us any insights?
Sure. In terms of big hitting new features, well, as I said before, a lot of the features are driven by the name Edge2Cloud. So it's in how can we enhance the edge. So if you take them off, you've got really good remote access is one thing for apps, for human beings. The next thing kind of that logically fits into that is being able to securely and remotely back up your system for disaster recovery. That's a very big thing, is, the thing can be installed locally. And so we want a really nice way to be able to do and handle backups securely. The next thing on from that is remote upgrades. And those upgrades could be new features, but they could also be things like, bug fixes and cybersecurity fixes and so forth. And again, if we just go back to Google and Alexa devices, those devices automatically update for us, don't we? We don't even know that they update. We just assume that they do. The thing about, building management systems is that they're really complicated. And, if you need a responsible and actually more sophisticated way to manage those upgrades, to manage those backups, because, if your building management system goes down, then, if you're not careful, then part of your building could go down. Having a great, secure, reliable way to manage that through Edge2Cloud would really fit in well. And really, we want that to, we when we talk to our customers like Costa and so forth, they've got their own value added on as well. So we want to make sure whatever solution that we come up with fits in and aligns extremely well and really supports all of our customers, all of our OEMs who are using our software.
And Matteo, where can listeners find more information about Edge2Cloud?
Well, Steve, we have a dedicated section on our website. So if you go in j2in.com, you can find a lot of information about it, and also a contact form that gives you the possibility to receive a callback from one of our sales guys that will be happy to give you all the details related to Edge2Cloud and Fin Framework.
Guys, thank you so much for joining us on this episode of the Fincast. And of course, thanks to you for listening. Join us again soon.
Subscribe to get the latest episodes automatically using your favorite podcast app. Copyright J2 Innovations. a Siemens company. Find us at j2innovations.com.